Hello and welcome to a video where I'm going to talk about how to make money in GTA 5. Because if you know anything about GTA 5, you'll know it's complete fucking bullshit to try and make money in there. Because Rockstar, the developers who make the game, are entirely, absolute fucking scumbags. So today I'm going to tell you how you can make money legitly and non-legitly. Mainly not legitly, because who gives a shit about being legit when the developers of the game are complete fucking scum? So, first I'll talk about the legit way. You can skip ahead in the video if you want to see the non-legit way, which is, I'm sure, is what you give a shit about, because you should be doing it non-legit. But if you're one of those fucking people who are like, I want to get all my money legit, because I think I'll be banned, even though no Rockstar's ever banned anybody on consoles, well, this part's for you. So, well, it kind of depends on where you are in the game. Depends on what you already own. Depends on, how much money you have. But I would say the first thing to start off with is probably a bunker. And you're probably going to want to, maybe don't get the Paleto Bay one. It is the cheapest. It's like 1.1 something mil. It's the cheapest, but I would say get one at least a little bit closer. There are some more expensive ones, but they're a bit closer. There's one at, I think, Fort Zancudo, which is around, I think, 1.4, maybe 1.5 mil, and I recommend that one. And then it costs another 1.7 mil to get all the upgrades for the bunker. But I'd recommend getting that first. It's your first business. Of course, before that, you're going to want to already own an office and a motorcycle club. But I think you should get the bunker as an actual business first instead of getting a CEO business or a biker business. But make sure you can be a CEO or a biker or both, because you can't run the bunker without being a CEO or a biker. And actually, not a biker, a MC president, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so that costs around 3.2 mil for all that, which can be kind of hard to make. But if you want to play it legit, then I would recommend that's the way you should do it. That's what you should start off with anyway. Of course, you're going to want to expand. And the next thing I'd recommend to expand is getting the vehicle warehouse, which is off your office. Definitely just get the cheapest office. It's only $1 million. And it's basically in the same spot as all the other offices, pretty much. In fact, it's probably in a better spot than the Maze Bank office, because you have to fly all the way up if you want to go on the roof, and it's in the middle of the city where all the bullshit happens. So I'd actually recommend that one, even if it was more expensive. But then for that, you're going to want to get the vehicle warehouse. Special Cargo, the other CEO business, it's decent, but I've never really thought too highly of it. It's not that great, to be honest. And I would definitely recommend the import-export, because how the bunker works, you can just buy your supplies, which is what you should do. You should not steal supplies. You should be buying supplies, because it's much easier. It takes about an hour and a half to steal enough supplies, and it won't use your supplies up to make product in that time. So you spend an hour and a half making supplies to then make 210,000 from it. Or you could just buy the supplies. Actually, it's an hour and a half getting them, and then you got to wait another 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it's almost 4 hours to make the 210,000, and it's 210,000 in profit. If you spend the 75K, you make 210,000, so 135K in profit. But it's in almost half the time, a little more than half the time. So it's definitely completely worth it to buy the supplies. Especially if you have the Paleto Bay one. If you do get the Paleto Bay one, or if you have that, definitely buy supplies, because you're going to have to drive probably all the way down to the docks to get the supplies. One single mission can take 15 minutes, and you have to do 5 or 6 of them to fill up your whole thing. So, yeah. Do not steal supplies. But moving on to import-export, which I would recommend is the next one, because the bunker is a passive thing. You buy the 75K of supplies, 2 hours, 20 minutes later, you come back, you sell it for 210K, you make 135K profit, or more, depending on if there's enough people in your session, which is what I would recommend. I would recommend doing it in a populated session, and if anybody comes near you, any douchebag on an Oppressor Mark II, or a Deluxo, or any other powerful vehicle that you're afraid of, just, I don't know how it works on PS4. I'm sure there's a way on PS4. Definitely look it up. Look up solo public session glitch on PS4, but on Xbox, what you have to do, you go into your network settings, and then it should say test network connection, test multiplayer connection. And one of them says test NAT type, and you want to do that one in the middle of the session. And don't just test it and then go immediately back to the game, because then it will kick you out of the game. Well, you got to do test it and just wait on that screen until it says like your GTA game is ready or something like that in like a black text at the bottom of the screen. Once it says that, then go back to the game, and everybody else will have been kicked out of the session. You won't get the bonus, but you will have, saved your product. And that's why I would recommend starting in a populated session. And if anything like that happens, then do that glitch, because if you start in a populated session, you still have the chance of getting the extra money. But if you get attacked, then you can just pop out of there. And also on PC, I don't know how it works either. I'm pretty sure it has to do something with the task manager, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, that's what you're going to want to do. So for that applies to bunker and import-export. Probably more so to import-export, because with bunker, most of the time you get an armored vehicle like an insurgent. But with import-export, you're driving a normal car around. That one explosive will blow it up. So, yeah. Also, import-export. You probably already know this, most people do. But get I think it's called Specialist Buyer or something. The one where you got to pay 20K, but you make 100K. There's one where you don't pay anything and you get 40K. And then there's one where you pay like 10K and get like 60K. And then there's one where you pay 20K and get 100K. And that's the best one, because you get 80K of profit and it's faster. You can do one import-export in about, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on cooldowns and if you get lucky with the mission and all that kind of shit. But yeah, that's what I would recommend as your other business. So you can have bunker going passively and then work on your import-export. And of course, you can do VIP work in between the cooldowns, because if you have import-export, you have VIP work. So yeah. Then I would recommend after that, to expand, I would recommend getting the biker businesses, at least 2 of them. Or actually, you could probably get by with 1. The one you're going to want to get the most is the cocaine one. That's the one you should get first. And if you want another one, then the meth, and then the counterfeit cash. Don't bother with the weed, and especially don't bother with the document forgery. They're complete fucking garbage, okay? But if you have them, they're also kind of passive businesses. You can buy supplies. You can do all that. They're quite expensive, though. They're anywhere from 600 to 900K just to buy them, and then it's over $1 million in upgrades. So they're kind of annoying. But the main part of them isn't actually to use them themselves. The main part of them is to get the nightclub, which I would recommend after that. And that would be the last thing you'd want to get, which I would recommend not the dock one, because it's really trash. I'd recommend the Vespucci Beach one. It's only like $200,000 or $300,000 more, and it's a much, much better location. Plus, it's pretty near to the cheapest office. So if you have that, then it's even easier to kind of get between them. But the nightclub is really useful, because then you can... It's another passive one, but it's completely passive. You don't even have to buy supplies or check on it almost at all, only to sell it. And you'll always get 1 delivery vehicle. You never have to bother with, okay, I don't want to go above this threshold, because then I'll have to get 2 or 3 delivery vehicles. So it's really good for that. Also, the nightclub allows you to buy the terabyte, which means you can do import-exports from anywhere on the map instead of having to go back to your office, which is really useful. And the terabyte is just useful for a lot of things. It's got client jobs, which are pretty good, especially when they're double money. And it's just a really, really useful thing. But now, moving on to the non-legit way, the stuff everybody actually gives a shit about. Now, there's no really definite way. Obviously, I can't just be like, oh yeah, let's do this glitch, because it could be patched tomorrow. But what I can say is that, well, you kind of want to look up yourself. A lot of people are extremely fucking lazy. I have a lot of friends on Xbox who they'll message me. It's like, are there any new money glitches in GTA Online? And I'm like, yeah. And they want to know how to do it. I'm like, I'm not spending half an hour to type out how to fucking do it in the message. Look it up on YouTube and watch the video. It's like 10 minutes. So just look up money glitches on YouTube. Now, the thing is about money glitches, and the thing that is really annoying about them, is that tons of fake money glitches exist on YouTube. But what you're going to want to do, I don't know of any other channels other than this one, but this one basically uploads every money glitch that comes out, like within a few hours of it coming out. Which is, the channel's called Obese Giraffe. You might have heard of him. And I would really recommend him for all of your money glitch news. Do not watch anybody else because, well, they're most likely fake. I know a few fake ones. There's Sky PS4 Gamer. He's fake as fuck. Actually, that's the only one I know. There's a lot of fake ones, though. Seriously, there's only like maybe 2 or 3 real money glitch channels, and there's like hundreds of fake ones. So a good way to know is if the person who is uploading the money glitches, like within only a few minutes of uploading it, says it's patched, then you know it's fake, because that's not how it works. Most of the time, when the person uploads it, that's when Rockstar finds out it exists. Then they can't patch it in 10 minutes. They can patch it in 3 hours, but they can't patch it in 10 minutes. Most of the time, people uploading to YouTube is how Rockstar gets alerted of new money glitches. They don't find them on the online forums where they're actually first created, and then the YouTubers upload them. So if they say it's patched within only a few minutes, then you know it's fake. And the reason they're doing that is because people will be like, this doesn't work. But then the dude can just be like, oh, it's patched. And another thing is, if the glitch is really old and they still say it's working, like if they uploaded the video 2-3 weeks ago and it still says in the description it's working, well, either maybe they forgot to update the description, although Money Glitch YouTubers, real ones, are really good at updating the descriptions about when a glitch is patched. But most likely it's because it's fake. Because Rockstar can patch money glitches extremely fast. In fact, when we had the Lester glitch only a few weeks ago, it was massively surprising to the money glitch community because Rockstar normally patches them within 3 to 5 hours of them coming out. It took them nearly a week, I think actually maybe even over a week, for them to patch Lester glitch. And that was the biggest money glitch ever. Even bigger than like the first money glitches ever discovered, where you could duplicate adders in Los Santos Customs, one every like 30 seconds. So it was very unusual, and we don't know exactly if Rockstar's not focusing on GTA Online as much, and that's why it took them so long, or what. But Rockstar patched them normally extremely fast, not as fast nowadays. If I was making this video a few years ago or a year ago, I probably would have said, if the video is more than like 10 hours old, then it's fake if it still says it's working. But now it's more like, if it's more than like 3 or 4 days old, then it's probably fake. Although sometimes it isn't, because Rockstar they don't care as much about GTA Online because they're focusing on Red Dead because that's their new game. So that's something to look out for. Also, if the steps just don't make any sense, because there's normally a reason for why certain money glitches work. Like, for example, the most recent dupe glitch where you take out your car and then you do the champagne glitch in the nightclub. That works. I mean, I don't know exactly, of course. I'm not a fucking software engineer, but I assume it's because the champagne probably locks in something with your vehicles, and then once you get in the elegy and you drive it out, then it tries to replace the car you want to dupe with the elegy, and so then when you move the elegy into the other thing, it thinks that that's the elegy, but it's really not, so then it makes another one. Something like that. But if the glitch makes no sense, like it's like, oh, go in your garage, and then go out of your garage, it's like, okay. Then it's like, call Lester and try to call off the police, but you can't call off the police because there's no police on you. Like, how that doesn't make any fucking sense. That there's no reason why that would do anything with your cars. Most of the time, if the glitch has nothing to do with vehicles, well, I mean, if it's a dupe glitch, because there are money glitches that aren't, vehicle related. But if the glitch has nothing to do with vehicles, like how you do it has nothing to do with vehicles, but it's a dupe glitch, it's probably fake. Because, if it's all like, oh yeah, call your assistant, do an import-export mission, sell your bunker, and then at the last step, go grab your car and drive it out of your garage. It's like, nah. The whole glitch before that had nothing to do with your cars. And now suddenly it dupes them. Doesn't make any sense. Although then again, obviously, who knows? Maybe a glitch will ever come out like that. So obviously, if it's uploaded by one of the respectable guys, like Obese Giraffe or any of the others that I have no idea about, then it's legit, because Obese Giraffe has never uploaded a fake money glitch. But yeah, just be really careful about that kind of stuff. And that's really kind of all the advice I have to give. I might upload a video talking about all the latest money glitches, but then again, I don't exactly have the best... I don't have the best editing software, so I can't exactly edit the whole video together and make like, oh, here's the steps, here's me talking about the steps, here's me showing the steps. It'd mostly just be a text description or a voice description of how to do the glitch. But yeah, I can do that if anybody was interested in that. And that's about it. That's all the advice I have to give on playing legit and playing non-legit. Personally, I would recommend playing non-legit. It's much better. I have like 18 Tesseracts and 18 fucking Issies because I duped them all. And it's a lot better than being poor as fuck and having to do a single VIP work just to afford your electric bill. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like or a dislike. I appreciate those too, because I'm pretty sure they actually help the video for some reason. Or comment and say like, yo, fuck face, whatever. I don't know. or subscribe because I'm awesome. Bye.